everyone, my name is Michaela, and I'm here to talk about the Tijuana Youth Migrant Mentor Network with y'all. Our acronym is TIME, TYMMN. In our time today, we're going to talk about who we are, our goals, our current work, and how you can get involved and support us. So for who we are, again, my name is Michaela, and I'm one of the co-founders of this organization with Eileen. We were co-interns within the 2023 Blum Summerfield internship at the Center on Global Justice at UC San Diego. What this entailed is that we worked in Tijuana for 8 weeks in the summer, from June to August, and we worked at the Alacran Community Station. This is a temporary residence for asylum seekers, often waiting for their appointment to see if they can cross into the United States. Most folks are from different parts of Mexico, Haiti, Honduras, but really all over, many Central Americans, many folks from the Caribbean, and also the Middle East as well, sometimes Afghan and Syrian folks. The predominant amount of kids we work with, though, are from Central America and Haiti. And Eileen and I really loved our work there. We loved working with the kids. We love education. We're both very passionate about migrant justice, social justice, all of the above. This poster is actually one Eileen made for one of the lesson plans, and it was a truly rewarding experience. We, again, loved it. So when the time ended, we were like, we have to keep this going. We don't want to stop. And that's why we founded this organization. TIME is an independent student organization under the category of Service and Change Making at UC San Diego Center for Student Involvement, CSI. We aim to provide a community and safe space for migrant, refugee, immigrant, and first-generation students on campus while engaging in pedagogical mentorship for students in Tijuana. We are forming an affiliated project with the Center on Global Justice to use the facilities and resources of the Alacran Community Station. Through our project, we aim to create student workshops, events, and donation drives curated by our members for our mentees and community members. And even though here we have listed migrant, refugee, immigrant, and first-gen folks, which is all true, we also undocumented folks, historically marginalized folks. We really aim to be as inclusive as possible through our work here. And these are a few of our values: empathy, anti-savior allyship, community building, social justice, transnational education, and I didn't fix the last one, but that's supposed to be cross-cultural collaboration. So these are our values that help us ground our work and figure out what we're doing is aligned with our goals and our passions. And a little note on anti-savior allyship. I have the name of this video here on the screen if you want to watch it. It is super helpful in understanding what this is. But for a brief explanation, essentially anti-savior allyship is ensuring that we are not here to rescue, we're not here to save anyone, we are not here to please ourselves with a savior complex. Oftentimes when folks engage in this work, it's a way to make themselves feel better or make themselves feel more humble. Although those feelings may arise, that is not our goal, that is not our foundation. We make sure that we understand, although we are coming from a place of clear privilege, two privileges being that we are documented, or for folks who go to Tijuana and work with the kids, and we are also university students. But we aim to use our education, our privileges, our resources to engage in this work and support our communities as much as we can without having this rescue mindset. And we do this in a few ways. One, we have a trauma-informed mentorship that all folks who go to the field are required to take. And in this, we very much clarify, one, folks that we work with have dealt with a range of very traumatic events and are actually very vulnerable. So we want to make sure that folks are prepared just in case of like what conversations and events might arise. But also, again, that we're not here to rescue anyone. We're just here to do our part with the privileges that we have. And another way is that instead of assuming what the kids want, Our mentors make sure to consistently ask them and talk to them and facilitate opportunities to hear what they want. And I will touch on that more later. But for a more in-depth, detailed understanding, I highly recommend this video. So we're structured in 3 major parts. For our mentorship team, we have a mentorship coordinator, which is Eileen, again, the co-founder. And we also have a few campus community advisors who help us with our work in terms of making sure that we are prepared, knowledgeable, and have support in terms of networking and connections. We currently have 8 mentors who are trained to go on the field, 6 that consistently go on the field, and we also have a donation drive officer. So this person works very closely. They are also a field mentor, and they work very closely with the kids in terms of what do y'all need? What are y'all looking for? Not only basic needs, but also educational supplies and educational opportunities that we can provide for them. And then we have the administration team. I am the administration coordinator, and the roles on this team is social media and marketing, campus liaison, newsletter and minute officer, accounting officer, grant writer, and website manager. Not all of these positions are filled, so many folks on the team are taking on roles that are not part of their actual responsibility, but we hope to make sure that all these roles are fulfilled sometime next year so that the weight is equitably distributed. But nonetheless, our team makes it happen. And then lastly is our special projects team. We actually do not have a special projects coordinator. So these 2 positions in terms of fundraising and community engagement / event planner are actually under admin, but we hope to have it under special projects so that it's more honed in on those accomplishments, goals, etc. And what's important to know, again, we are student founded, we are completely student run. And with that said, we are student funded. Right now, a lot of what we do is out of pocket in terms of transportation, food, and supplies. So that's why we aim to be donation and sponsorship based. We definitely need monetary and fiscal support in making our programs happen and making sure it happens consistently. Because in order to do so, we want to be consistent with the kids and we want to be consistent with our programs, and we need the funding to do so. So if you are able to financially support us through donation or any other way, we greatly appreciate that. And to emphasize, we need your support. So our goals on campus is cultivating community and a support system, collecting donations for our partnered youth, developing leadership and social organizing skills. We want folks to have a sense of community, an opportunity to engage in social justice education, but also in an opportunity for professional development, and then also advocacy work, especially if folks are interested and passionate about that. And then in Alacran, which again is the community station we work in Tijuana, we want to facilitate the mentorship program, which we do, respond to the needs of our partnered youth and advocate for them, host community and educational events, and again, to be open, responsive allies, not assuming what they need, assuming what they want, but instead hearing what they need and meeting them where we can. And overall, we just want to provide educational, emotional, and communal support. So meaning holistic, all around, well-rounded support, and then conducive to learning and community. No one in this dynamic is an expert. We're all consistently learning and making sure that we engage in this work, not assuming we know everything. Actually, in my time in Tijuana working with the kids, they taught me a lot, and it was a very mutual, reciprocal process, which is so beautiful and a really critical aspect to cross-cultural collaboration and community building. And again, advocates and active members within our communities. We want to be as inclusive as possible using an intersectional lens. And for those who are not familiar with the term intersectional, it essentially acknowledges the nuances of our lived experiences and our identities. So someone is a student. For me, for example, I'm a student, I'm a woman, I'm a daughter, I'm all these things at the same time, right? So acknowledging those things. And with our current work, we've actually have done a lot since we've started. And if I didn't mention before, we were founded in September of 2023. So in fall quarter at UCSD, it was Eileen and I doing a lot of the behind the scenes work in terms of making sure our organization is acknowledged and qualified and seen as an organization by CSI, and then getting together the information for putting a board, our activities, and our mentorship. So in winter quarter, this was our GBM schedule, and GBMs are general body meetings. We had a range of social justice education, community building, more lecture type situations, but then also very interactive. So we have a vision board making, a potluck social, what does it mean to be a refugee or migrant, a study jam. We watched a documentary called The Wall, the effects of its imposing presence on migrant lives. And then we discussed the different short films in the documentary, and we're able to apply it to our current work. So again, having a range of work to make sure that we're well-rounded. And for this quarter, not only do we have a range, but we also have a lot of collaborations to look forward to. So for week 3, we're working with Engineers Without Borders. Week 4, we're working with CAPS to have a plática for first-generation students. And a plática, for those who are not familiar, is a sharing circle type of vibe where there's no hierarchy. It's not solely listen and consume. It's very much a reciprocal process in terms of folks sharing, learning, asking questions, understanding. This is to make sure that everyone feels seen and acknowledged. Week 5, we have a collaboration with We All We Got SD. Week 7 with the Latin American Studies Department. Week 8 with Borderlands Relief Collective. And again, just so many great things to look forward to. And from winter quarter, these are a few pictures from our GBMs. So on the left, we have our vision board making. In the middle, I facilitated the one on what does it mean to be a refugee and or migrant. So discussing the definitions and qualifications, but also interrogating what that means and what that can look like. And then on the right, we have our scrapbook making. So all our pictures from the quarter we got to put together, and we're going to put the pages in the scrapbook. And then we also have a range of special events. So at the bottom right, we had a Pazuki BJ social, and then we later had a fundraiser at BJ's as well, which was great. And then on the top right, we have a potluck at Kate Sessions. And on the left, I was able to facilitate this special event where our guest Alexis Mesa shared her educational background, work experience, and then personal involvement in grassroots resistance. And it was a great conversation in terms of what that looks like in San Diego, how folks engage with it, and then how we can further get involved. And then our mentorship program, we have mentors that go to Tijuana once a week, and that is going to be the same this quarter. And they also facilitate climate justice-based educational programs. So focusing on sustainability, climate change, those sort of topics. And then outside of that, we also have a garden that we help build there so that folks who live within the Alacran Community Station can have access to it. On the right, one of our mentors made this poster board for a lesson plan. And then again, just showing like the range of what the mentorship program has been able to do. One of our initiatives happening right now, thanks to our donation drive officer, mentorship coordinator, and everyone else who has been able to pitch in how they can, is doing a project for La Casita de Libros, which is the Little Book House. And basically, field mentors have, again, been able to ask students and their mentees what they're interested in and what they would like to do. And many have advocated that they want to learn English, they want to have access to books, and they also want to have access to a range of books that intrigue their interests with certain like storylines. So we have this project going on right now where if folks have the means to, please donate and pitch in to this project for us to be able to get the books. We are also doing a volunteer project for active members and community and select community organizations to volunteer to actually build La Casita de Libros. So it's going to be a physical space there so that the kids don't have to rely on us bringing anything weekly, that they have it at all times. So please pitch in if you can. And how to get involved and support. We have our board application open. It's going to be due on week 3, April 15th at 5 p.m. It is important to note that you do have to be a 3rd year or higher in the fall of 2024, and it's a full commitment starting this quarter. And the purpose of doing so is so that you can shadow the board, especially the person in the position you're applying for, just to get a sense of what the position looks like, the responsibilities, and having the opportunity to ask questions so that in the fall you're not lost or feel like everything's thrown on you. We want you to feel confident going into it. And again, our values on the left: anti-slavery allyship, empathy, community building, social justice, etc. So if you are interested, we highly recommend. This is a great opportunity to get into social justice, on the ground work, community building, and so on. And then for first, second years, and first year transfer students, if you're also interested in getting involved, we have a Rising Leaders Fellowship. So a current board member can help you get involved by shadowing their responsibilities, their personal experiences, and then connecting based on what you're looking for. And if you're interested in that, you can email us, and the email is on the flyer. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please stay connected with us. We have our Instagram, email, Linktree, TikTok, and website on the screen. Highly recommend Instagram for staying up to date on whatever's going on. And then our website as well should have a good comprehensive idea, again, of our board members, the events we have going on, and how you can support us. We are soon going to have more opportunities in terms of how y'all can donate and financially support us. But in the meantime, just engaging with our media, reposting anything we have is highly appreciated. Thank you so much.